Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody, to Motivational Mondays. I'm Eric F. King. You may not be able to see me, but I am all smiles right now, okay? Smiling from ear to ear. So imagine me. All right, I have Leah Garcia here, Annie Azon, and Zion Anagru, and we are super excited to be here once again on a Monday morning at 7 a.m. By the way, we are here every single Monday, same time, same place. All right, so today we're going to talk about celebrating your wins, but staying locked in to your next goals, right? So what you have to do next. Because a lot of times people spend so much time talking about what they've already accomplished, right? But then they stop doing what they were doing, right? So they're like, back in the day, I used to do this and I used to do that, and my business grew like crazy 10 years ago, and they're not doing anything today. They're not doing anything today. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that. You're going to get the views of all my panelists today. And then we're going to ask you to put your questions in the chat so we can answer your questions. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first speaker up in California. Oh, by the way, if you are here with us, definitely say something in the chat. Just say hi and where you're zooming in from, whether you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, anywhere you are, just put in the chat where you are zooming in from today. And I'll make sure to put that up. All right, I'll make sure to put that up. All right, so our first speaker hails out of California, where it is 4:05 in the morning. Yes, that's how early she got up to be with you today. And that's because she loves to help people. All right. Especially in the area of finances, right? She helps people make money. She helps people invest money. Look, all things money. That's what she does. She's an expert, right? You want to grab her ebook. And so she, we call her the I guess she changed her name. We call her financial strategist, whatever it is. It's all about finances, right? The financial strategist. And she's also a black belt in karate, which means that she's a very disciplined person, right? She's a role model, someone that you can listen to and learn from. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go to California to hear from our financial strategist, Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration. Well, I am still the Dynasty Builder, okay? Don't get it twisted. I'm Leah Garcia, the Dynasty Builder. I love this topic. We're going to talk about how do you celebrate your wins, but don't park there, because the truth is most people won't say it out loud. Some people don't celebrate enough, and others celebrate too long, and they lose their momentum. And momentum is magic, but it starts with you. And if you're building wealth, not just income, but a legacy, that balance matters, because what got you here won't get you there. Listen, I'm the Dynasty Builder, and I bring clarity to conflicting advice. I make sure your wealth becomes a blessing, not a burden. Some people treat their business like a stock market variable up and down strategy, but champions, they index their business and they index their gains. And this is what I mean. With every new level, we got to lock it in and go to that next level, right? And lock it in. So I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets on how to celebrate what you've and lock in what's next. Number 1, celebrate with intention. People celebrate like a consumer. Dynasty builders celebrate like an architect. Celebration is not the finish line. It's a checkpoint. Ask yourself, what worked? What was repeatable? What was luck and what was strategy? If you made money but you didn't understand why, you didn't build wealth, you experienced momentum, a moment, right? If you're still guessing why, then you have already lost. And we're winners, we're champions, okay? Number two, extract the equity from your effort. You didn't just earn income, you created intellectual and financial equity. Every win leaves behind relationships, systems, knowledge, and working capital. The question is, did you capture it? We call that a realized gain. Lock it in with the index strategy. High earners get paid once, but wealth builders, we get paid again and again and again from what they've already built. What I mean by that is put the win on rinse and repeat. Take the time to celebrate, but don't get lost in that celebration sauce, right? Just take that moment to reflect. Number three, and this is big, start, stop, continue. Reflect on what you need to stop. And then also, you know what you need to start. We already know it because there's always another level, and continue what worked. The biggest financial mistake I see, people relax after a win and they leave themselves exposed, unprotected, and unstructured. When you have a win, that's the time to put the pedal to the metal, not to slow down. And that's how champions build legacies, because momentum is jealous, folks. It just moves on to someone else who's ready. It is looking for you. Are you ready for that momentum? Are you ready to capture and index your gains? So celebrate what you've built. You've earned that. Take a moment, take a weekend, take a day, but then when the celebration is over, it's time to get back to work. Don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows, because reality is always somewhere in the middle. Real wealth isn't what you made, it's what you keep, protect, and pass on. And in closing, I'll leave you with this. Don't celebrate too soon. People are already doing the happy dance before the music's even started. Because listen, wealth is what you celebrate today. A dynasty is what celebrates you tomorrow. And with that, I'll hand it back over to you, Mr. Eric F. King, and I'm excited to call this.
All right, that was incredible. I am clapping over here. What an incredible way for us to start the morning. Wow, that was powerful. I took so many notes. Thank you so much, Leah Garcia. And now we're going to keep going. We're going to go all the way to Nigeria and West Africa to hear from our next speaker. This gentleman is blazing the trail for a lot of people. A lot of young people, right? He's probably the youngest among us. He is actually definitely the youngest amongst us, and he's helping a lot of people. And I wish I was as serious as him when I was that young. You know what I mean? I was as focused as him when I was that young. He's helping people all over the world, and they call him Mr. Positivity for a reason, because of what he does, the work that he does. I've hired him. Many of us have hired him to help us. And without further ado, I'm going to bring him up on stage to share some nuggets with you about our topic today. Zion Onaguru, the floor is yours.
All right. That was amazing. Thank you so much for kicking us up on a high note. And also, Mr. Eni, it's a privilege to be here. Something they had said that really stuck with me and got me so excited. It's not celebrating too soon. I think that's very profound, and that's something people need to hear again and again, because celebration is not bad. Celebration in itself is something that you should do, because while it helps you to measure your progress and to measure your journey thus far. So when it comes to celebration, it is good, but celebration is not the end point. It's not all there is. There is more. That's why staying grounded, staying locked in. I love the word locked in, because we all have to keep locked in no matter how successful that will become. So thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for putting this together. And for me, this topic is something I believe each and every one of us can actually resonate with, because at some point in our life, we tend to celebrate, we tend to be happy, we tend to get excited. There are a few things that has really helped me stay locked in, even though I celebrate my journey every step along the way. The first thing is mindset. I'm very big on mindset, because I believe that everything revolves around your mind. When your mind is set, your life is set. And by mindset, for most people who are celebrating their success, one thing I will tell you is, don't try to prove a point. I will say this again. Don't try to prove a point. A lot of people are celebrating because they want to try to prove a point. You want to prove a point to that person that disappointed you, to that family member, to that friend that said you will not succeed, to that person who mocked you or who laughed at you at the beginning of your journey. So we tend to celebrate just to prove a point to people. So as much as you are celebrating, make sure you're not trying to prove a point. Because in trying to prove a point, you lose focus of the goal. You lose focus on yourself. You lose focus on what truly matters to you. So celebrate, but don't try to prove a point to anybody. Celebrate because you deserve it. Celebrate because you are worthy of it. Celebrate because your journey is worth celebrating. So one thing I will share with you, don't try to prove a point to anyone, which is very, very important. So secondly, for me, one thing that has really helped me stay grounded and stay locked in my journey, even as I continue to pursue my goal, it's the ability for me to recognize God in my life. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I'm very big on this. When I go on in life, I always remind myself, well, I might be the major game player, but there is one greater than me who is working in able to will and to do. So most importantly, I remind myself that there is God, so that I don't get too complacent, I don't get so full of myself. Because it's very easy to get to that point where we are full of ourselves. So I always remind myself that it is God that is working in my life. If I'm successful, it is God that made it possible. If I'm making an impact, it is God that made it possible. If I'm making money, it is God that made it possible. So reminding myself of the God factor in my life has really helped me stay grounded and stay locked in, even as I celebrate my journey. So it's just to encourage anyone out there, having God and reminding yourself of the God factor in your life, it's key and it's very, very important. Then for me, one thing I keep reminding myself again is this. For anyone who is successful, is celebrating now, all you know is not all there is. I'll say this again. All you know is not all there is. All you've attained is not all there is. All you've achieved is not all there is. So reminding myself that, well, I might have attained success, but there is more to this, has kept me grounded to keep learning, to keep pushing, and to keep aspiring. Because most of the time, when you get to a place where you feel, oh, I've arrived, that's where most people miss it. So as you go in your journey, never feel that you have arrived, because your success is something that somebody else has just kicked off from, or somebody else has just left off from. So remind yourself that all you know is not all there is. Life is not a destination, rather it's a journey. Every day is an opportunity for you to learn, is an opportunity for you to attain more and become more successful. And the fourth point on how I'll be able to stay grounded and stay locked in is, as much as I celebrate, is this. As my income increases, my expenses remains the same. Yes. So as your income increases, your expenses should remain the same. A lot of people get distracted because they are being successful. They are thinking of the next big thing to do. Oh, I want to spend money on this. I want to spend money on this. By so doing, you lose focus and lose track of yourself. So as much as you are being successful, you are making more money, make sure, try your possible best that your expenses is remaining the same, even though your income is increasing. By so doing, it helps you stay grounded. You are not trying to live extravagantly. You are not trying to live a luxurious life. Why? Because, oh, you have attained success to some extent. And lastly, we end with this. Your association matters a lot. The kind of people you surround yourself with, it's very important. When you surround yourself with people who are growth minded, they help to remind you, yes, congratulations, you have done this, but there is more. That's why I always say your association determines your destination. The people you surround yourself with, the people you call your friends, the people in your cycle has a major role to play in you staying locked in. For me, I'm very passionate about surrounding myself with positive people with a growth mindset, because I know that we are so full of self. I will be accountable and I will be reminded of the fact that, yes, this is good. Congratulations, there is more. And I encourage us, as you continue to stay locked in, as you continue to celebrate and stay locked in, never forget, positivity is very, very important. For me, I will always tell you, when you are positive, you are possible, and in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you, for me, and for every one of us. So thank you so much for listening. I read my back to you, Mr. Eric F. King.
Wow, that was powerful. I am clapping here, just like your other panelists. That was an incredible message. Thank you so much. You know what really jumped out at me was as your income increases, your expenses remain the same. You know, if everybody can just put that on their wall, in their mirror, on their phone, because let me tell you something. Some people are broke at a low level and some people are broke at a high level, right? They make $1 million a year, but they spend more than $1 million a year, right, Leah Garcia? Right? So that right there is a huge nugget. I mean, Lord have mercy. There'll be a lot less stressed out people at the end of the month if we all just follow that statement. Appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna keep going. We're on a roll. Again, let us know who's here. Good to see you, Laverne. Good to see you, Coral, from across the pond. I see you. Garang. Good to see you. Paula Washington is here. Awesome. I already see people put in questions in the chat. That's great. So let us know where you're zooming in from. Share this link on your social media, and definitely put a question in there so we can answer your question. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. We have momentum this morning, and we're going to take that momentum to the UK to hear from our good friend who makes people famous. All right, if you want to be famous on LinkedIn especially, this is the guy. You don't have to work. You don't have to think about it. You don't even have to pray about it. I just gave it to you. Okay, God just told me to tell you this is the guy to go to. All right, so without further ado, any Asang, the floor is yours.
Always a joy, Mr. Eric, and amazing shares by Queen Leah and Mr. Z. You shared a lot of wisdom. I'll try not to cover what you shared. I'm sure I'll leave some of it, right? Look, there's many ways I look at this question. The need to celebrate your success is a given, right? I think that's what's spoken about already. Let's not go there again, right? For me, I will tell you how I celebrate my success. No one says I want to tell you how they do it. I'm going to tell you before we finish, right? But before we get there, I think I want to start with the issue of what are the wins in your life. See, we're very good at aiming for big things. When I finish a book, yes, when I publish a book, that's a win. When I make someone a #1 bestseller, that's a win. Of course they are. When I do an event, a big conference, that's a win, right? I get it. I celebrate those, maybe in the same way. Maybe more than I celebrate the small wins. But let me say this for sure: the small wins you must celebrate, because the small wins accumulate into the big wins. If you don't celebrate the small wins, the big wins aren't going to come. Celebrate the small wins. So what's the small wins I'm talking about? Look, today I woke up. On time. I woke up in the morning. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a night person, right? Actually, I went to sleep reasonably late, and I woke up early this morning. That's a win. That is one of the things I'm truly I celebrated already, right? And I celebrate by telling myself, well done, Amy. Truly well done. Because, you see, it's easy to lose ourselves when it comes to the small things. That's when we want to do big things, So the small things, the small habits, the waking up, the praying, as Mr. Z said, the meditating, the journaling, the gratitude, the affirmations, those things, eating healthily, doing exercise, and again, these little things they all mount up. They're what really bring the big wins, right? And as we do those small things, we have to appreciate how hard it is. The hardest thing for us, for anyone, is repetition. Doing the same thing, the right time, every day, over and over and over. Some days we think, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't feel like it today. I give it a miss. When you do that, the big wins will never come. Stay focused on the small things and do those repeatedly and celebrate them every time you do. Because when you celebrate, that means tomorrow there's more chance you might do it again. Yeah, that's how life really works. The second thing I want to say, look, many of us are so focused on the big things that we end up ruining our own success and our own happiness. Yes, I published a book, so I must celebrate. Of course, I agree. But I'm not going to only celebrate when I publish a book, because that is essentially outsourcing my happiness, my wins, to other people. As Queen Leah said, your wins are within you. Feel your wins to the bone, and feel your wins even when you don't do big things, even when you don't finish off, right? It's again, when I say celebrate the small wins, for me, showing up is a big win for me. Showing up and just starting. So many of us want to finish. We want to celebrate when we finish, when we achieve. No. Small achievements lead to the big results, right? Celebrate each time that you do something that you say you will do. When you intentionally achieve the step that you want to achieve. See, the reason I say all that is when we celebrate the small wins, we celebrate the things like just showing up. It means our joy is in our soul. It's not our source to other people. We're not forced to chase success. We're not forced to chase happiness. We're not forced to chase wins. We're just happy people at peace with ourselves. Let's spend some time there, right? Look, how do I celebrate, my friends? When I do something big, I will say to myself, Annie, well done. Start there. I literally say, well done, Annie. I feel it to my bones. My mind relaxes. My mind is at peace for a second or two, for a minute or two. I don't review like Queen Leah does at the beginning. That's for later on. I'm just in a bubble of happiness. Yay, I did that. I do a dance around my room. Sometimes I eat very good food because I can, right? I say these are things I do to celebrate my success. Sometimes I'll chill and just go and play my game. Celebrate. Give yourself time. Enjoy your wins, my friends. I'll leave it there.
All right. Thank you so much. That was powerful. Man, we learned so much so far with all of you incredible speakers on celebrating and keeping it going, keeping it moving forward. All right. And Annie said something that's very that popped out to me about showing up. So I'll tell you this. Before I started, my business with the speakers on my stage, I focused on sales training for many, many years. Now, I realized that when I do a free seminar, right, I could have 250 people register and then 60 show up, right? So most of them didn't show up, right? And then the people that show up, some of the people that show up, they say, okay, I'm going to join this coaching. So I get maybe, 15 people register and buy the product and the service. Then we get on the Zooms. And then guess what? There are 12 people there. 3 people didn't show up. Right? So now we're at 3. Now we're at 12, right? So now we go through the coaching and they're learning. And then we say, okay, now tomorrow we're going to do a special role play where everybody's we're going to dive into your business. And out of the 12, 9 people show up. Right? So now think about it. So so out of everybody that started with us, we have like 80% of the people that never showed up at the end, right? So showing up is huge. This was not even part of what I want to talk about. But showing up is so important. Most people they underestimate the power of just showing up. Just showing up. Someone invited me to an event back when I was in my 20s that changed my life. I met a man by the name of Paul J. Myers, and he taught me philosophies that changed my life. I named my son after him. What if I didn't show up? What if I didn't show up? I want to learn that. I want to go into personal development. What if I didn't show up, right? So I just want to just highlight that point right there. Show up. Show up. If you book a call with an expert, show up, right? Some people are all excited to book a call and they don't show up, right? So I just wanted to throw that out there. Celebrating your wins is very important. I didn't do it for a long time because I was just like, I need to hit the next goal, But you know what happens when you celebrate your wins is it feels good and you want to do it again, right? So, and it doesn't have to be huge, right? So for me, I go and get a smoothie, right? So like I don't drink or smoke or party. So I don't, I'm not gonna go partying, like that's not me. But I'm just gonna go to Tropical Smoothie. We have a place called Tropical Smoothie in the area, and I go treat myself. And to you may think, well, that's nothing much. It is for me. Because the smoothies are sweet. I'm not supposed to take sweet things, but I do that from time to time. From time to time, right? Live a little, right? So anyway, so find a way to celebrate your wins and be grateful for what you have. Okay. But in addition to that, let me just say, I'm going to say a few things. Number one is you must be disciplined. Okay, this is so important. You must be disciplined. I heard a wise man once say, if you don't discipline yourself, the world will discipline you, right? If you don't discipline yourself, like Zion said, and you spend all your money, then when you don't have money for your rent or your mortgage, the landlord will discipline you, right? Right. If you don't discipline yourself and make enough money to buy maybe a car to get to your location, and you're late all the time because you don't have a car, then your boss will discipline you, right? Every time you decide that you're not going to do what you're supposed to do to discipline yourself, somebody's going to discipline you. Maybe your kid, maybe your child has an opportunity to travel abroad for the summer, but you never made the money enough to pay for it. Now your kid is saying, Mom, Dad, why can't I go? We don't have the money. Why? The world is disciplining you because you didn't discipline yourself. Okay. So I want you to discipline yourself. And part of it is to discipline your disappointments. There will be disappointments in life. And I don't want you to sit around complaining and using that as an excuse for why you can't do what you're supposed to do because you're disappointed. Look, I get disappointed every day, but you wouldn't know, would you? You will know. Every day there's some kind of disappointment, but I don't dwell on that, right? So don't dwell on that. You're not alone, right? People say, well, Eric, you don't understand my situation. I have 4 kids. Well, guess what? People have 5, 6, and 7 kids. So come on, you know what I mean? Like there, don't you have to take 100% responsibility. And I'm going to end with that. Look, this was major in my life because I was one of those people that blamed everybody for any kind of failure I had. I would blame everybody, right? So at the job I say, they don't pay me enough. They don't pay enough. That's why I don't have money. Right. And then I said, well, you know what? It's the leaders in the White House, right? If the other party just won, then maybe I'll be in a better situation right now. Leah's laughing, but isn't it true? Right? When the Democrats are there, oh, we blame the Republicans. When the Republicans are there, we can't stand the Democrats. I don't talk politics, but you know what I mean, right? Or here's a big one. I come from the bad side of town. My parents didn't have any money, and you keep saying that for the rest of your life. So what? You think you're the only one? No, you're not, right? So when something happens, take responsibility. Say it's okay. It's my fault. What can I do to fix it? Because here's what happens: if you blame everybody and everything and every situation, what you're doing is you are relinquishing control over your situation in your life. Let me rephrase. You are giving up your control of your life to the excuse. You're giving up control. So let me give the children an example. So someone says, well, I have 4 kids. That's why I don't have time to build my business. And I'm always broke. Well, if you keep saying that, that means you will always be broke because you just gave yourself a reason to stay broke. Right? But if you say something like, I have 4 kids, that's why I have to make it. I have to make enough to provide for all 4 kids. And because of that, you do what it takes. You learn from other people who have 4 kids or more. And you say, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. Now you use your circumstances as as a fuel to fuel your fire. Okay, so if you don't take anything out of anything I said today, take that. Take responsibility for your life, for your situation. If you have to change your situation, but don't keep saying the reason you are failing or the reason you're not where you want to be is because of ABC, because now you have no way of getting better. No way. You've given away all your control. All right, so that's what I want to share with you folks. And that just came to me. I didn't even have that plan, but I hope you got some value. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the round of applause. Thank you folks so much. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go around the room real quick, share with you what we do and how we help people. For those of you that are new, you'll get to know us a little bit more. By the way, welcome, Maria. I see you. Welcome. Appreciate you. Kenneth, good to see you. Kenneth said, OMG, I have no kids. Now you definitely don't have an excuse, brother. You have no kids. But people that have no kids, they still have an excuse, right? Like they'll come up with something good, something real good. I'm glad you said that. That's funny. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, so yeah, so let me get started. So my name is Eric F. King, and I'm the founder of StudioSpeaking.com. StudioSpeaking.com. It is the #1 stage in the world. The #1 stage in the world for speakers, coaches, and authors to share their expertise and monetize their message. Okay, so if you're a speaker, if you're a coach, if you're an author, and you are stuck, you're like, look, I have this great book, I have this great idea, I have this great coaching program, but most people don't know about it. Guess what the solution is? You need to speak on a unique stage in front of new people. I'm not talking about doing lives every day. Like, Eric, I do lives on Facebook every day. Well, good for you. That's good. I'm happy for you. But you're doing lives to the same people and your mama and them and all the people that know you. That's not enough. Leah like that, mama and them, right? Like, look, you gotta you need more people than your mama and them. Trust me. Yeah. So someone said, Eric, but I have a studio in my basement. And I do my events from my studio in my basement. Well, that's wonderful. But you can't promote yourself. Who's going to listen to that? You got to have somebody else promote you, right? All right, so go to StudioSpeaking.com, watch the 4-minute video. It will tell you everything about what we do. And if you think it's a fit for you, if you want those digital assets, those pictures, those videos, that footage, if you want to be a part of a community like that, then book a call, okay? And if you are not ready for that, but you'd like to come to our events, then stay tuned because we have one coming up on April 20th. We're going to start promoting in the next few days. So you will be excited to be able to come down and you will hear from 8 incredible speakers coming up this month. All right. So I just want to share that with you all. Call, if you can put that in the chat, StudioSpeaking.com, so you guys can click on it. All right. So now we're going to go around the room. As we typically do, we're going to start with our good friend Leah Garcia, Zion, and then Annie. All right, Leah Garcia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So many golden nuggets here. I hope you're getting a golden nugget. Put it in the chat. Give us a shout out. There was a lot of bombs dropped here today. My name is Leah Garcia, and I am the Dynasty Builder. Listen, I didn't come from a wealthy family, and maybe that's you too. And that's not our fault, right? Just because we were born wealthy, that's not our fault. But if we didn't come from a wealthy family has to come from us. That is our responsibility. So I help to clarify conflicting results and to flip the script so that you can build your family dynasty and leave your family better for the next generation. And what do you do, Mr. Zion?
You're muted still. We can't hear you.
Well, I think I've been clicking it and it's distinct. All right, thank you so much, Leah. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. Well, for me, it's a privilege to announce to you that I'm a positivity coach and mentor. I help entrepreneurs embrace the power of positivity. Let me tell you, I know that we all go through challenges every day. We all go through ups and downs, but having that person to daily remind you and hold you accountable to embrace positivity every day, it's priceless. So you are there, you want to intentionally embrace the power of positivity to ignite your career and also use it to ignite your business. Feel free, reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of positivity together. And also, you want to host online events. You are shy, camera shy, you've not spoken to audiences before on stage, you want to host events, we take up all the logistics for you. Feel free, reach out to me. Let's help you amplify your voice and amplify your message so that you can be able to reach out to more people using the power of online events. So that's what I do. I'm looking forward to having conversations with you. You can reach me on LinkedIn, Zion Inaugural. The only one you can find there is a positive energy. And I cannot wait to go on a journey of positivity together with you. Mr. Any, tell us how you help people. I cannot wait to hear from you as well.
I must have the greatest days of all out of everyone on earth, not just my friends on stage, right? And I get to help people, ambitious people who create unique solutions to be seen, to be heard, and for them to sell more. We say we make you famous. That's what we do. There's many ways we do that. Our primary way is by helping you to write your book, build your legacy, sell some books, make some money, share your genius. We work with many clients to write their book, publish their book, launch their book, and guaranteed to make their books a bestseller, #1 bestseller on Amazon. It's a joy to live the life I live, right? Every day is a blessing. Of course, we'll do many things in all of that mix I just said in terms of our words for authors. We go from doing events, we'll go to putting our authors on stages and they get paid for being paid speakers. Of course, we'll do live events as well. I will do many of them today. That is marketing is mixing into all of that. We'll do whatever it takes to make you famous. That way people know who you are, they care who you are, and they want to buy whatever you do. Look, if we can help you, then get in touch. If I can't help you, get in touch anyway, right? I love to know who you are, what you do, and I love to make new friends. So let's talk.
All right. Thank you so much, all of you incredible speakers and coaches. All right. So now we are going to go to the questions. Let's see. We have a question here from Dan. What's an example of how you celebrate the small wins? So what's an example of how you celebrate the small wins? So by the way, folks, definitely put your questions in the chat. Start with the word question and we will answer it. All right. All right. So let's start with Leah Garcia.
I found what you said earlier, and I can actually resonate with that. For me, one thing I do is recognize those milestones. So recognition is very, very important to recognize it. A lot of us, we don't recognize it. So you must learn to recognize the small wins. And one of the funny things I've learned is what we call small is not actually small in itself. Like Mr. Ennis said, it is the accumulation of the small things that compounds to the big things. So one thing is recognizing, and two, intentional gratitude. When I wake up in the morning, it's a win for me. I should be grateful for the morning. I can move my limbs, my hand, I have a roof over my head, I have food on my table, I have access to the internet, I have a mobile phone, I have a laptop. So these are things, for me, I intentionally stay grateful for that. So that's a practical way where I celebrate my small win, recognizing them, and intentionally being grateful for it. Mr. Any, I know you have a deep wisdom concerning this. I would love to hear your share as well.
You're too kind. I like how you pass the mic on. Honestly, look, I'm quite. I do a jig around my room when I get a new client. For example, no, I do. I will happily celebrate with myself. And then I high five myself. Yes, I will. Why not? And I applaud myself. I will too. Really, well done, Eddie. And I say those words so many times a day because they're the small things that as Mrs. Z just said, right? Sometimes I go and spend time with my son and just, I know, but I think maybe the biggest thing I'll say, Dan, is what's in your heart, what's in your soul. This is, you have to feel that joy in your bones. My small wins, they lighten my day and they last all day. I'm saying that you have to genuinely believe and accept I've done well. I've climbed a mountain today, even when it's a small thing, right? That's for the reason we just said. Truly feel it in your bones. Take time to tell yourself mentally, forget the other things that are happening. My win is important. I should stay. I'll stay in that zone. I'll stay in that feeling. For as long as I can, or until tomorrow anyway. Then we'll start again, right? That's how it goes.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, all of you. One of the things I do is I take time off. Like I just take time to breathe, right? Because for me, I'm such an overachiever that I'm always working. Right? People call it work. I don't call it work. It's something I enjoy doing. But I can be building my business at 10, 11, 12, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Like it doesn't matter because to me it's not work. It's fun. Like I enjoy it. So for me, if I take time to go to a movie, that's celebrating. I take time to just go to a movie and watch a movie for 2.5 hours. Lord have mercy, I'm celebrating, right? Because I just love to just do the business all the time. I'm always on the phone with somebody, a speaker, a coach, an author, my team, somebody, right? Maybe mentoring somebody. So I literally have to take time out to do that. Go watch a movie, do something that takes my mind away from everything, right? And just helps you relax, right? So that's what I do. All right, so we have another question here. We have a great question from Coral. The question is, what habits help you to stay grounded and locked in after reaching a milestone, right? So you hit your goal. How do you stay focused, right? How do you have the discipline to stay grounded and locked in for the next goal, right? So let's go to Leah Garcia and we'll go from there.
This is very powerful. It has to take an habit for us not to over celebrate. And for me, I will share with you 2 habits I intentionally practice every day. First is gratitude to God. For me, I do not take this for granted. It's something I practice every day. Being grateful to God for the journey thus far. It just helped me stay locked in to know that, well, Zion, it is not all about you, it is God doing it. And secondly, the habit of showing up. Whether I'm celebrating or not, I have to show up. If it goes well or not, I still have to show up. So I might have celebrated yesterday, but I will show up the next day. So for me, intentionally showing up has become part of my life, and it's really blessed me. I know you think you've heard wisdom from me, you've heard a nugget from me, but don't worry, wait for Mr. Eddie to share with you more deeper wisdom and nuggets.
Okay, in the order, I can't return the amazing compliments that you lot give, right? Look, right. How do you stay grounded? Look, my days are planned. There's a plan. The plan doesn't change. That's so. Yes, is it and it's a plan that got me here today. That got me to do what's now to achieve that success, that win, that success. Call it that if you will, right? You know, my days, I know what I do in the first hour, I know what I do in my second hour, I know what I do third hour, and so on. I think when you have your days planned like that, you know, it becomes a habit. So essentially, you know, yes, I celebrate today's success, but tomorrow and for the rest of the day, the habit continues, the plan continues. It doesn't change. And the plan means doing other things. Yes, of course, there's time to think about and reflect, but you know, the horse can't ride itself. I must get back on the horse and ride. That's what I tell myself next morning, right? I must, and so we go. Just like, create the plan, follow the plan. That's what you can do.
All right. Thank you so much. Great tips, great nuggets, everybody. And you know, for me, I'll tell you a little story. So when I started in sales many years ago, in my early 20s, I would, I was selling copiers, right? Copiers and fax machines and stuff like that. And you would go for weeks without making a sale, right? So you just every day talking to people, not interested. We're good. We got a copier, right? So you go for days, and then when you get a sale, you're so excited, like you feel like taking the day off and the week off to just celebrate. And my manager said something that was powerful. He said, Eric, when you make a sale, that is the best time to get on the phone and call all the people that said maybe one day call me back, because you're at your highest level of confidence at that point. And I'm like, really? And guess what happens? When I did that, I usually make more sales, because I'm at the highest level of confidence, right? So here's the thing. If you accomplish something, that's when you want to actually do it again, because you're at your highest level of confidence, right? So it's 10 a.m., you achieve something big. Don't spend the rest of the day doing nothing. No, use that momentum, use that excitement to get your other tasks. Maybe you're not in sales, but you use that excitement to do your other tasks, right? Because by the end of the day, you probably accomplished way more than you thought you could, because you're at your highest level of confidence. So great question. That's what I do. I've been doing that for many years. All right, so let's see. I think I saw a good question here. I'm trying to hold on one second. Okay. Okay, so this is more financial goals, which is good. All right, how do you stay focused after reaching your financial goals? That's actually different, right? Because I could see people just after reaching a financial goal and say, hey, I've made it, I got money now. So Leah Garcia is the best person to answer this, and she's going to start us off anyway. So Leah, go ahead, the floor is yours.
To be honest with you, after what you said, I don't have anything to add to it, because you've done the mic job, and I'm gonna fully agree with you. Thank you. I'm sure Sister Annie will have something to add to it.
I love that, Mrs. Z. You're too funny, right? So look, I think this covers not just financial goals. I think it covers many other goals, right? So I think part of the reason for celebrating is saying these words to yourself. I am the person who does that. But it's about becoming. That's what success is. Someone would say, we mentioned earlier that we're building steps, the foundations, and on each one we build more, right? When you achieve your financial goals, yes, tell yourself you're the person who has that level of success. It gives that level of value. Who has that level of wealth, because you built it. And then Okay, build on that. That's what think like that person would do. Think like that. That's how you build on more. So build on do what they would do. Think what that person would think. If you're a millionaire, then you think like a millionaire. And you make decisions accordingly. Become the person who achieves that goal, and to make sure you recognize in yourself that that's you. That's what celebrating your wins really means.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Great comments. For me, I often think that if you hit a certain milestone, let's say you say, I want to make 6 figures, and you make 6 figures, and you say, oh, I have enough. It's almost selfish thinking, because there are probably people around you that need money, right? So just because you have enough for yourself doesn't mean somebody around you doesn't need the money. It could be family, whatever, friends. And for the guy that said he doesn't have any kids, put the money away now. What's his name? Let's see. I know he's here somewhere. He said he doesn't have any kids, right? Kenneth. Kenneth. Yeah, Kenneth. Guess what? This is a good time to make a lot of money and put in the bank. A good time to make a lot of money, put it in the bank, right? Don't say, oh, I have enough, because guess what? There's somebody counting on you. And if there's nobody counting on you right now, when the kids come, they will count on you, right? So put it away for future time. Like when I was younger and I was doing well and I was making a lot of money, I was spending it all. I was blowing it, right? It came in, I was just buying things I don't need. Now I have 2 kids in college, right? Well, one about to start, right? I wish I could get all that money back. All that money that I spent on going to NBA games or wasting money, like, I wish I had that, right? So learn from me, learn from my mistakes, okay, guys? It's never too much. You can always make more, and you can always use that again to help the people you love and care about, and the people that love and care about you. All right. So that would be how I would answer that question. All right. So we're about to wrap up. So what I just want to do is, we can all go around the room and just, last golden nugget. Maybe there's something that you want a key point that you want to share. Whatever it is, I want to go around the room and let's just share real quick in about a minute or less than a minute. Everybody, just whatever you took away from this and you want to share with the group today. Leah Garcia, go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Leah. For me, one of the things I would say is this. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter where you're from. It doesn't matter the level you are currently in life right now. You deserve to be celebrated. Don't wait till you get to the big picture. Don't wait till you get to your destination before you celebrate your journey. Where you are right now, you can stay grateful. You can stay grounded, in the journey. Most people, we take our eyes off the things we are doing right now. We are looking at the big picture. You don't have to wait for the big picture. You don't have to wait for the destination. Right now, at this very moment, you can start celebrating yourself. And never forget, even as you celebrate, stay grounded and continue to show up. Why? Because all you know is not all there is. All you've attained is not all there is. So thank you so much. I will leave with that, and I cannot wait to hear what Mr. Eni has to share with us. Mr. Eni?
My famous last words. Look, my friends, this is part of repeating your success is doing a review. What's gone well? What did I do? What would I do differently next time? You see, all of that combines into you becoming the person that does that thing. This is all about, Shawn Michaels talks about identity. You want to be the person who does that thing. The more you do it, the more you be that person in your head and in your behavior. Become that person. So you can get there, the better for all of us, right? And your success is guaranteed.
All right, that was powerful, powerful, powerful. Look, if you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, I want you to go and connect with these incredible coaches, speakers right here. Leah Garcia, find her on LinkedIn, connect with her, jump on her Zooms, on her Wealth Wednesdays. If what she does resonates with you, book a call, talk to her, learn from her. Okay. Again, I put the best of the best here, right? Go find Zion and Agro. Like he said, he's the only one. He's the only one there you can find, right? It's Zion and Agro. He's the only positive guy up there, right? Mr. Positive. Well, find him. Find out what he does. See how he can help you. Okay. Don't just listen like you're watching a movie. You want to do something to take action, right? So find him online and connect with him. And if what he has can help you, reach out to him. All right. And the same goes for Mr. Eni, right? You hear us talking about, oh, he makes you famous. We're not just joking around. I mean, I was like 2,000 followers when I met him. I'm at 15,000 now, like in a short period of time. Right. So we're serious about what we're talking about, right? So connect with him, learn what he does, see if what he does can help you, but at least connect with them. And so you can see what they do on a regular basis. All right. All right. So we appreciate that. Learn to edify other people, build other people up. I do that for a living, but most people, they feel like if they tear people down, then people think that they're higher than them. No, it doesn't work that way. Right. Learn how to build people up, and you'll be surprised how you will get a lot of blessings. A lot of blessings come to you when you bless other people. So that's what I want to share with you. Make sure you share this link with other people. Repost, right? You want other people to see and hear what you heard today, right? Let's share the wealth, both figuratively and literally. Let's share it, right? Let's share this information with everybody else, and we will see you same time next week, 7 a.m. Eastern time. We are here for you every single week. All right. It has been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be here with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. All right. Can you all hear me? It was a little odd not seeing
Yeah.
I know this is something else. I mean, I tested everything beforehand, right, Leah? All right. Yeah, I tested it, and then but hey, it's life. Everything it rolls. That's how it works. So I do want to let you all know that I'm actually hiring somebody that'll be focused on both the podcast and my other promote your business because my business is growing so fast with the speaking, which is good. I'm not complaining. This part I don't spend a lot of time on it, right? I do this the day before, the night before sometimes, like late night, and I want to put more time and energy into this, right? Because this builds everything, right? People come on here, and then before you know it, they're meeting with us. So I'll take a responsibility for that, right? Because you all promote, and I see that you're promoting, and I need to do more to do so. So I'm bringing someone on to do all of that, so I don't have to. So want to share that with you. Any last words for anybody wants to share anything? Thank you so much. Anybody?
It's powerful. It's great, and I would love to meet with you, Mr. Eric, after the group.
Okay, sounds good. Let me just make sure I don't have an 8 o'clock, but I have a 9 o'clock. Yeah, we can meet.
Okay.
8 o'clock. That's funny.
Another great show. The thing I would say, if we can help your staff, then just message us or message me anyway. If you can assist in any way, let us know.
Thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.
You too. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay. All right. So I will talk to you on what's up, Zion.
Okay. All right. Okay, sir. Mm.